superhuman, because as he enters deeper into darkness of addiction and self-indulgence, self-gratifying of the flesh, and he lives life of kamikaze day to day of destruction. He doesn't care about life and death. That he continues to exist. I mean, unfortunate to say, if Mother Nature didn't play a part in his disposition, like if I was in a world, if I wasn't deported, if I was in a world, a Western world with their crack cocaine, heroin, and all that, if I was never deported, I would have easily destructed had I not been deported because of my crime. I was deported. That is what's made me continue, because the place I was deported to, the place that he is deported to, is narcotics are very limited. Even simple thing as weed, it's very limited. It's very harsh in punishment. So it's very hard to find narcotics. So that's what makes him. So it's not really him. It's really Mother Nature coaxing him and drawing him, but how Mother Nature dispositioned him from the orphanage to his foster home, in that continuous motion that he survived. So while he may think that to be honest, it wasn't how he become to be and how he survived. It really had nothing to do with him. Although he idiotically and illogically pursued inventions of the higher power. How ridiculous that may sound. That he finds out that I could have easily have died just simply breathing air. You know, that's how naive humans are. Just the fact that you're breathing, that there could be some contagious airflow going through your lung that could, that's how sensitive your mortal life is. So nevertheless, he recognized that. So all this thing about I'm chasing, I'm killing, and all this anti-Christ mentality terrorized to the higher, these are all just childish. Well, he recognizes these are all just so idiotic and childish ridiculousness. It's illogical. So how he survives it? He survives that 30-year journey of this psychotic mentality. So the greatest question is, who would be the most potential of being this configuration of Superman? And unfortunately, while humans may look at it all genetically gifted, or he has to be muscled and very tall, and he has to look like strong, unfortunately, the most potential person from birth to becoming this impersonation of a Superman are really the ghetto kids, the black children that are raised by drug addict parents, drug addict surrounding, because of their harsh environment, they've been neglected in proper teachings. They would be potential. Unfortunately, they are genetically gifted, being too tall, always wanting to, they're bigger, the muscle reacts better because they're constantly wanting to eat. They cannot be too long in isolation. They always gotta be involved. They're extroverted. The potential person to being this superficial being, it has to be introvert. A person who is socially inept. A culture where the blood genes, the human specimen are not easily accepted among females. They're genetically not gifted. Muscle fibers are hard to produce growth. They are not dependent on resources. They have to be introvert. So when you, besides the fact who his most potential of being Superman and what is Superman. But at birth, who is most potential? While many people would think it's a person who has the most genetic and tall and muscled, and unfortunately not. It is a person who is born most primitive, and within society, ghetto kids, parents who are drug addicts, they are pushed around when they're young kids by older guys. They're pushed around. They have to be tougher, so they have to grow faster. These kids, unfortunately, they're genetically gifted. That's why a lot of them are pro athletes. Physically, they're gifted. The muscle react when they lift weights. They grow faster than whites in any other culture. But this person, the potential of this superhuman, he has to be a person from socially inept. That means not many people are easily attracted to him. His body structure is too weak. He's not considered a potential to be anybody who is going to be special. But through his almost 30 years, 50 years of existence, you're talking about almost a half a century, 50 years of the continuous motion and never-ending strive to be in solitude that he becomes. So really, while humans may prize themselves of achieving to not achieving, really, as this superficial figure has the same criteria. He may think that he has overcome this and that, but without Mother Nature's careful crafting of putting him in here and here and here and giving him this kind of resource at this particular time in things, that precise moment, he could have never achieved and become. And while he may have this vengeful anger, just as all children do when the parents tell them to do your homework, clean the house, sweep the floor, do the dishes, for their future benefit, as they have vengeance against their parents because of their continuous discipline. This specimen of Overman, Superman, has also had the same vengeance against Mother Nature. All the things that he went through, all the things that he has been defected of, not being great in person, not to be great in structure, and genetically defect, all the things he had to earn and have, all these things that the Mother Nature pushed him to struggle and push and continue in anger to the point he wanted to kill him. That's what made him to become an exemplar of a superior being. So while this Superman, what I am saying to you is just very small compared to what his capability in things are just beyond human comprehension. Just as humans would not believe existence of Jesus Christ, would not believe in existence of aliens. This is a phenomenon, what he is in this modern time. He has been envisioned since the 18th century. So, as he is become in a most contradicting of a situation, because he was a villain all through his life, and then he eventually become to be a representative of superior being, of Superman, Overman. Just as in a story, real story too, the comic book story, he was first envisioned as a villain, but somebody interpreted him to be better in fighting for justice and peace of the human race. So I don't know how much I wish I could explain, but because of the video and the time, I don't know when to stop and stop. So it's very complex. I would like to say more, but I don't want to keep going on this. But the Superman is really an ultimate antichrist, whether you believe that or not. He just evolved, just as there are many destructive people out there. If they had time to evolve, if they were progressive, if they have patience and listen and endure, rather than just react to their impulse of destructive way, have they had patience to evolve and wait and continues to maintain life of existence of discipline and perseverance, of self-diligence, and then they would have become this superhuman figure. But somehow, maybe through Mother Nature's giving the early privileges, like they were born in love, and then they were betrayed. To become this, you must not be born in love. You must be born in cold and cold-hearted and steel heart. Otherwise, through your emotional indifferences, you will react in impulses. And that's what there are a lot of examples of this Antichrist superior being. But I cannot say how much more I can say other than that what we envision Superman in Hollywood movies is not what it is in a reality sense of this human existence. So for now, that would be all.